Pedophiles and underage seekers? Ugh, what are y'all doing? Recently, and when I say recently, I mean since the dawn of time, it has become clear that adults with power sexually pursue children. Now, this is nothing new. It's literally in our historic DNA, and this practice is so old a pedophile definitely wouldn't think about touching it. It's called pedistry. The Japanese practiced shudo. It was their way to train their little boys to become warriors. In that process, men would have sex with the boys in an effort to connect their spirits so that they can become one on the battlefield. That's right. Samurais were crossing katana swords by day and crossing their human swords by night. In Greece, in an effort to train the boys for manhood, men would mentor them and have sex with them. This was something that was widely believed at the time, and it made boys the focal point of the culture. That's why in Athens they have sculptures made out of Play-Doh, and in Sparta the warriors were initially trained with Nerf guns. And in the Roman Empire, just like people who say phone eats first, they were having sex with boys just because it was the cool thing to do. Many Roman emperors owned boy sex slaves just to show that they have the capacity to rule. I mean, guys, come on, that's disgusting. But you know what they say, when in Rome, do as Romans do. These Roman emperors were just taking advantage of these boys so that they can feel good about themselves. Guys, you just should have did what my father did to me. Take me out to the court, play me on one-on-one, and drop 9 straight points on my head.
My parents were going through a divorce at the time. I was 11. He needed it.
All I'm saying is pedophilia is not foreign to the human psyche. But the consensus today is it's wrong. Don't do it. Big no-no. Kids are great to be around, to nurture and watch grow, but they're not tools for your manipulation or to take advantage of them. And honestly, pedophiles, your logic doesn't make sense. Kids are the worst demographic of people to target to have sex with. All they do is run away from you and occasionally doo-doo in their pants. And the last time I checked, the smell of shit is not an aphrodisiac.
Unless you're in 2 girls, 1 cup. Ugh. Still can't get that image out of my head. That's the day I became a man, though.
I don't think it should be tolerated in any shape, way, or form. But this is the problem that definition presents. Because pedophilia, just like people who think the earth is flat, is considered to be a psychiatric disorder, which is not illegal unless acted upon, which then it becomes child sexual abuse. Now, I know that there's people that went through childhood trauma, which made them develop these tendencies and behaviors, and we need to help them. But for people who just straight up like kids, it forces society to tolerate them and their behaviors. And honestly, pedophiles, what's your end game here? Who's this obsession going to benefit? It's definitely not the kids. Not unless you create a non-for-profit organization that gives all kids free swipes at Dave & Buster's. But you're not going to do that. And just because you're thinking about something and don't act upon it doesn't not make it weird. And doesn't not make people feel uncomfortable. It's kind of like when you see a girl aggressively talk to a dog.
Oh my God, he is so cute. I just want to eat him up. I literally want to deep fry him, cut him up into little pieces, and ingest his cuteness into my stomach. Okay, first of all, step away from my golden poodle and leave my apartment, Mom.
There is no possible way that humans can't know that this is wrong. But we're just conscious enough to develop reasons to validate the things we want to do in the first place. Like in some parts in Africa, men are paid to have sex with 12-year-old girls after their period to cleanse them of any evil spirits. It's seen as a sacred right. If the girls don't participate, they're warned that they're going to get infections. And this same thing is done to women after they have abortions and also after they become widows. Guys, that sounds like the worst Ponzi scheme to trick a woman into having sex with you.
Hey, I know you just lost your baby and your husband, but, you know, I think I got something that can solve all your problems, you know? Excuse me? I don't think that's appropriate right now. Listen here, you either gonna have sex with me or your coochie gonna catch on fire. You choose. And in some parts of the Amazon where little girls are molested and become pregnant, the people blame a mystical pink river dolphin instead of hold the rapists accountable. Amazonians, let me get this correct. You want me to believe that an animal who has a nose shaped like an uncircumcised penis swims in the water, seeks out little girls, and impregnates them? Bro, dismiss yourself. That sounds like the plot to a Pixar movie written by Woody Allen. This could be an unlearned behavior, but humans have to set the standard as to what is right and what is wrong. Like in France, they passed a law 2 years ago that didn't require age of consent, but they did pass laws that instilled harsher penalties for people who do commit rape and sexual assault. Now, this doesn't surprise me. The French are very sexual people. In fact, to formally greet somebody in France, I think you have to initiate foreplay, but that doesn't mean the age of consent can't be clearly defined and not scattered all over the place like crumbs from a croissant. They're not allowing pedophilia, but they're not closing the door on the opportunity altogether. So France, lock that up how you do your artwork and go back to giving each other hickeys. I don't understand. Why is it so hard to stay away from kids sexually? Why is it so hard not to joke about having sex with kids? It's so easy. R. Kelly, it's not that hard not to pee on a 14-year-old girl. And I don't care how many sips of your mother's McDonald's coffee you had. Kevin Spacey, it's not that hard to not climb on top of a 14-year-old boy and make sexual advances. Yeah, it's not, especially since they don't like you. Yeah, you creep them out with your performances in that Call of Duty game. I mean, seriously, all I'm trying to do is shoot people. You over there giving an Oscar-nominated performance. Relax, bro. Shane Dawson, you unwanted love child of Ed Sheeran and Adam Lambert. It is not that hard to avoid pretending to masturbate over a poster of Willow Smith when she was 11 years old. When she was talking about whip your hair back and forth, she wasn't talking about your pubic hair. Crystalia, it is not that hard to confirm the ages of your girls before you slide in their DMs and talk reckless. Because if they're not of age, you get accused of grooming, which from the looks of it, you know nothing about. Jeffrey Epstein, it is not that hard to avoid getting 14-year-old girls to give you a massage and then rape them after. You hear me? Oh, probably can't hear me, not unless Sprint extends their cell service to hell. But it's also not that hard to avoid hiring a British woman to make those girls feel comfortable. Come on. Seriously, never trust a British woman that hangs out with an American man, all right? It usually means the man is weird and he's about to do something crazy.
See, what guys like Epstein do, besides make you never want to get a massage again, is that they normalize pedophilia and desensitize us to this act. That's why us as adults have to put our foot down when adults try to use their powers for these very reasons. And I'm talking about big or small, but I'm not just talking about a singular form of power. I'm talking about it all. Physical, emotional, mental, influential, cultural, money, fame, celebrity. You name it! Jeez. We have to empower our youth. We got to let them know that they have power over this situation. Because they are desired, there's power in being desired. So they can't just fall for people with money, influence, or power. They got to understand, a piece of shit with gold on it is still a piece of shit. It's just way harder to flush. I want them to question intentions. Realize there's going to be people out there to take advantage of you, and also people trying to convince you otherwise and still take advantage of you. And if that's the case, why don't you add your parents to that DM that person's contacting you in, and see if they keep that same energy.
Hey, Dad has entered the chat. Hey, Kelsey, who's this guy? And why does he keep on sending you so many purple eggplant emojis? Is he a vegan?
When we empower our youth, we let them know that they don't have to be submissive when they're put in situations like that. We give them the confidence to speak up for when it happens to them. And also, we help them see that the person trying to take advantage of them is truly the weak one in the situation. Like this guy, the sad clown without no makeup, Larry Nassar. He was the Olympic doctor that sexually abused 300 girls. Yeah, Franklin with a stethoscope did that. I say this to my young people, especially my young girls, because I don't want to tell you about all the hardship that life is going to throw at you, yet not give you the tools to navigate it. I take away your agency if I do that. I want to let you know that as you come out of your teenage years and embrace your growth and maturation, there's going to be a lot of people looking at you and waiting to throw stuff at you. But if you embrace that power that you have from a young age, the power of knowledge and confidence, you're going to be better prepared for it. Because in a world full of pedophilia, child sex trafficking, and rape, I know y'all don't need that. And I don't either.